My beloved child, I know that you have been feeling a heaviness in your spirit lately, a weight that seems to press down upon your chest the moment you open your eyes in the morning. You have looked at the obstacles standing before you and felt a deep sense of inadequacy, wondering if you truly have what it takes to overcome the mountains that have risen in your path. I see the way you hesitate before you step out into the day, questioning your own worth and wondering if the strength you once relied upon has finally run dry after so many seasons of struggle. But I want you to listen closely to my whisper right now, for I am here to tell you that what you perceive as emptiness is actually the clearing I have made for a new power to emerge. You have often looked at others and marveled at their apparent resilience, thinking that they possess some secret gift or special favor that was somehow withheld from you at your creation. You compare your internal turmoil with their external highlight reels, allowing the enemy to plant seeds of doubt that suggest you were made with a fragility that cannot withstand the storms of this life. However, you must understand that the gentle spirit I placed within you was never a mistake, nor was it a sign of weakness. It is a precise design meant to house a power that does not rely on human grit or worldly aggression. Your sensitivity is not a flaw to be hidden, but a vessel I have prepared to carry a divine strength that the world cannot comprehend. There have been moments in the quiet of the night when you have whispered prayers that felt like they were dissolving into the darkness, leaving you to wonder if I have truly heard the depth of your desperation. You have felt like a small boat tossed about in a violent ocean, battered by waves of financial worry, health concerns, and relationship struggles that seem to have no end in sight. I want you to know that I have been holding the waters back even when you thought you were drowning, and I have been steering your course even when the fog was too thick for you to see your hand in front of your face. Your feelings of abandonment are valid emotions, but they are not the truth of your reality, for I have never once left your side. Consider the way you have continued to stand up, day after day, even when every fiber of your being wanted to stay in bed and hide from the responsibilities of the world. That subtle persistence, that tiny spark that refuses to be extinguished even when the winds of adversity blow hardest, is not merely your own survival instinct kicking in. It is the first stirring of the power I have planted deep within your soul, a power that is dormant but ready to awaken fully the moment you stop trying to fight these battles with your own limited energy. You have been running on fumes, trying to power a divine destiny with human fuel, and I am inviting you today to switch sources and tap into the infinite reservoir I have placed inside you. You have felt a distinct restlessness in your spirit, a feeling that you do not quite belong in the places where you used to feel comfortable, and this has caused you confusion and loneliness. This sense of displacement is not a sign that you are lost, but rather a clear indicator that you are growing too large for the limitations that once held you safe and small. I am disrupting your comfort zone because I am preparing to release a new level of authority and influence through your life, and the old structures can no longer contain what I am about to pour out. Do not fear this transition or the solitude it brings, for it is in the secret place of separation that I do my most profound work in the hearts of my children. I see the scars you carry from words spoken over you in the past, words that labeled you as insufficient, incapable, or unworthy of the great blessings you secretly dream of. You have allowed these false labels to become the boundaries of your existence, staying within the lines drawn by people who did not create you and do not know your future. Today, I am washing away those old definitions with the truth of my love, reminding you that your identity is not found in the opinions of others, but in the unshakable fact that you are my masterpiece. The power to break these chains is already inside you, waiting for you to agree with what I say about you rather than what the world has said about you. The exhaustion you feel is not just physical tiredness. It is the weary result of carrying burdens that I never intended for you to bear on your own shoulders. You have been acting as the savior of your own life and the sustainers of those around you, trying to fix every problem and heal every hurt with your own two hands. I am calling you to lay down the heavy yoke of self-reliance and accept the rest that comes from trusting in my sovereignty and my timing. When you finally surrender the need to control every outcome, you will feel a surge of the supernatural energy that I have stored up for you, an energy that flows freely when you stop blocking it with your anxiety. Do you remember the times when you faced situations that should have broken you, yet somehow you emerged on the other side with your mind still intact and your heart still beating? That was not luck, nor was it a coincidence. It was the manifestation of my sustaining grace that lives within you, acting as a shield when you were too weak to lift one yourself. You have survived 100% of your bad days, not because you are invincible in your own flesh, but because my spirit within you is indestructible. I want you to look back at those victories not with pride, but with the realization that if I brought you through those fires, I certainly have the power to carry you through this current valley. I know that you look at the future with a trembling heart, fearing that the challenges ahead will require more wisdom, more money, and more courage than you currently possess in your bank or your spirit. You project your current state of lack into your tomorrow, forgetting that I am the God who provides daily manna, and that my mercies are new every single morning. The power you need for tomorrow is not available today because you do not need it yet. However, the seed of that power is already inside you, programmed to activate the very moment your foot touches the water. Trust that I have equipped you with a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, specifically designed for the destiny that awaits you. There is a gentle tugging at your heart, a desire to do something more, something meaningful, something that leaves a legacy of love and light in this dark world. That ambition is not a distraction or a fantasy. It is the echo of the purpose I placed in you before the foundations of the earth were laid. You may feel unqualified because of your past mistakes or your present limitations, but I do not call the qualified. I qualify the called. The specific gifts, talents, and even the painful experiences you have endured are the raw materials I will use to build something magnificent, and the blueprint is already etched into your soul. The enemy of your soul has been working overtime to keep you distracted, discouraged, and disconnected from the source of your true strength by filling your mind with noise and negativity. He knows that if you ever truly realize the magnitude of the power that resides within you, you would become unstoppable and a terror to his kingdom of darkness. He magnifies your problems to minimize your perception of my power, hoping you will focus on the giant in front of you rather than the God living inside of you. I am inviting you to change your focus today, to turn your eyes inward to the sanctuary of your heart where my spirit dwells, and to draw from the well that never runs dry. You have often felt that your sensitivity and your soft heart are liabilities in a world that seems to reward the ruthless and the loud. But I tell you that your capacity to feel deeply is exactly where your power lies, for it allows you to connect with my heart and with the pain of others in a way that brings healing. Do not try to harden yourself to fit into the mold of this world, for your tenderness is the conduit for my miracles. The power inside you is not a power of force and domination, but a power of love, empathy, and grace that can dismantle strongholds that weapons of war could never touch. I acknowledge the tears you have shed over relationships that have fractured, over loved ones who have walked away, and over the loneliness that sometimes grips you in a crowded room. These emotional wounds can feel like they are draining your life force, leaving you feeling hollow and fragile. But I am the healer who binds up the brokenhearted, and I am doing a deep reconstructive work in your emotions right now, turning your pain into a platform for ministry. The compassion you will have for others who are hurting will be the very evidence of the power I have churned from your suffering, making you a beacon of hope for those who are lost in similar darkness. You have been waiting for a sign, a thunderclap, or a dramatic shift in your circumstances to confirm that I am with you and that things are going to get better. While I am a God of signs and wonders, do not miss the miracle of my presence that is already weaving through the ordinary moments of your day. The fact that you are still seeking me, still hoping, and still listening to this message is a sign that my spirit is active and alive within you. The power you need is not something that will fall from the sky. It is something that will bubble up from within your belly like rivers of living water as you choose to believe my word. I know the financial pressures that keep you awake, the mental calculations you do to make ends meet, and the fear that one unexpected event could topple everything you have built. I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider, and the power to create wealth, to manage resources, and to find favor in the marketplace is part of the inheritance I have placed inside you. Stop looking at your bank account as the source of your security, and start looking at the wisdom, creativity, and resilience I have given you as the true assets that will generate your supply. When you align your mindset with my abundance, you unlock the potential for breakthroughs that defy the logic of the economy. There is a specific dream you have buried deep in the soil of your heart, a dream you have almost given up on because it seems too big, and the time seems to have passed. I want you to know that I do not put dreams in your heart to taunt you. I put them there as a promise of what I intend to bring to pass. The dormancy of that seed does not mean it is dead. It simply means it has been waiting for the right season and the right internal conditions to burst forth. The power to birth that dream is already inside you, waiting for the rain of faith and the sunlight of my favor to call it out of the ground. You have struggled with a fear of failure, a paralyzing thought that if you step out and try, you might fall and confirm the worst suspicions about yourself. This fear is a liar that tries to freeze you in place, preventing you from discovering the wings I have already attached to your spirit. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Therefore, fear is an intruder that has no legal right to reside in your thoughts. Evict the fear by leaning into the power that is already yours, knowing that even if you stumble, my hand is there to catch you and my strength is there to propel you forward again. Sometimes you feel like you are fighting a battle that no one else can see, a mental or emotional war that rages behind your smiling face. I see every skirmish, every moment of doubt, and every time you choose to keep going despite the invisible wounds you carry. The fortitude you display in these secret battles is the muscle memory of your spirit being developed, preparing you for public victories that are coming. You are not weak for struggling. You are a warrior who is being forged in the fire, and the steel of your spirit is becoming harder and sharper with every trial you endure. I am calling you to stop looking for validation from people who cannot see your heart and do not understand your journey. You have given the keys to your happiness to others, allowing their moods and their approval to dictate your sense of peace. It is time to take those keys back and unlock the confidence that comes from knowing you are a child of the Most High King. The power to be secure, to be content, and to be joyful is already inside you, independent of anyone else's opinion or treatment of you. When you realize this, you will walk with a new authority that commands respect without you having to say a word. You have looked at your past mistakes and felt that they disqualify you from a bright future, believing that you have ruined God's plan A for your life. But my grace is not a fragile thing that shatters when you stumble. It is a powerful force that rewrites your story and redeems your darkest chapters. The wisdom you have gained from your failures is now a potent ingredient in the power I am building within you, giving you a depth of character that you could not have gained any other way. I am not done with you, and the best parts of your life are not behind you. They are waiting to be unlocked by the faith you are gathering right now. I want you to understand that the Holy Spirit who raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you. Think about the magnitude of that truth for a moment. The same power that defeated the grave, that commands the angels, and that holds the universe together is residing in your mortal body right now. You are not a helpless human being trying to reach a distant God. You are a vessel containing the very essence of God's power. When you grasp this reality, you will stop begging for strength and start commanding your day with the authority that has already been delegated to you. It is time to silence the inner critic that constantly points out your flaws and magnifies your insecurities, telling you that you are not smart enough, attractive enough, or spiritual enough. That voice is not mine, for I speak to you with words of affirmation, hope, and constructive correction, not shame and condemnation. The power to control your thoughts is already inside you, given to you through the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is my word. You have the ability to take every thought captive and make it obedient to the truth, transforming your mind and, consequently, your entire life. You may feel like you are in a holding pattern, stuck in a waiting room while everyone else seems to be moving forward into their destiny. But do not despise the days of small beginnings or the seasons of stillness, for it is in the waiting that your roots are going down deep into the bedrock of my truth. A tree with shallow roots cannot withstand the storm, and I am ensuring that you are rooted and grounded in love so that when your season of elevation comes, you will not be toppled. The power of patience is a mighty force that is currently expanding your capacity to handle the abundance I am preparing to pour out. I am releasing a new level of discernment to you, an ability to see beyond the surface of situations and understand the spiritual dynamics at play. This intuition is a gift I have placed inside you to protect you, to guide you, and to give you an advantage in a world that is often deceptive. Trust that gut feeling, that check in your spirit, for it is often my voice guiding you away from danger and toward blessing. The power to make wise decisions is not something you have to stress over. It is a flow you simply need to tune into by quieting the noise around you. There are chains of generational curses and negative family patterns that you have been fighting to break, fearing that you are doomed to repeat the mistakes of those who came before you. But I declare that the buck stops with you. You are the cycle breaker, the one chosen to establish a new legacy of righteousness and freedom. The power to sever those old ties is already inside you through the blood of the Lamb and the word of your testimony. You are a new creation, and the old DNA of failure has been overwritten by the spiritual DNA of victory that runs through your veins. I know you sometimes feel that your prayers are repetitive and weak, but I tell you that even a whisper of faith can move the arm of the Almighty. It is not the volume or the eloquence of your prayers that releases power. It is the sincerity and the trust behind them. The Holy Spirit within you intercedes for you with groanings too deep for words when you do not know what to say. You have a direct line to the throne of grace, and the power of prayer is a weapon that is always available, always charged, and always effective, even when you don't see immediate results. You have a unique voice and a unique story that the world needs to hear. Yet you have been tempted to silence yourself out of fear of judgment or rejection. I am unlocking your throat and emboldening your spirit to speak your truth with love and confidence. The power of your testimony is the key that will unlock prison doors for others who are trapped in the same darkness you have walked through. Do not hide your light under a basket, for the fire I have lit inside you is meant to be a city on a hill that cannot be hidden. Do not be discouraged by the closed doors you have encountered recently, for those were not rejections, but divine protections keeping you from paths that were too small for you. I have the master key to every door that is meant for you, and no man can shut a door that I have opened. The power to walk through open doors is already inside you, but you must also have the faith to walk past the closed ones without banging on them in frustration. Your destiny is secure, and the route I am taking you on is the most direct path to your ultimate good, even if it looks like a detour to you. I am calling you to a deeper level of forgiveness, both for others who have hurt you and for yourself for the mistakes you have made. Unforgiveness is a heavy weight that clogs the flow of my power in your life, acting like a dam that stops the river of blessing. The power to forgive is not a feeling. It is a choice and a supernatural ability that I provide when you are willing to let go of the offense. As you release the debt others owe you, you will feel a surge of freedom and lightness that will reinvigorate your spirit and restore your joy. You have been asking for a breakthrough, but I want you to see that you are often the breakthrough that someone else is praying for. When you step out of your own need and begin to serve and encourage others, you activate a spiritual law of reciprocity that opens the windows of heaven over your own life. The power to change the atmosphere around you is already inside you. You carry my presence, and that presence brings peace, joy, and order wherever you go. You are a carrier of the glory of God, and that is the most powerful force in the universe. My child, look at your hands. They are hands that I have anointed to build, to comfort, to create, and to war in the spirit. Look at your feet. They are shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, ready to tread upon serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a victor who has been placed in your circumstances to transform them. The power to shift your reality is already inside you, waiting for you to align your words and your actions with the truth of my kingdom. I am renewing your youth like the eagles, giving you a fresh wind of energy and passion for the things that really matter. The fatigue of the past season is falling away like an old skin, and a new vitality is rising up within you. You will run and not grow weary. You will walk and not faint, because you are learning to wait upon me and exchange your weakness for my strength. The power of resurrection life is at work in your mortal body, quickening your mind and strengthening your limbs for the race set before you. Do not let the news of the world or the chaos of the times disturb your inner peace, for your kingdom is not of this world, and your economy is not dependent on the stock market. You are a citizen of heaven, and you have access to resources and protection that the world knows nothing about. The power to remain calm in the midst of the storm is a testimony to those around you that you know who is in the boat with you. Let my peace, which surpasses all understanding, guard your heart and mind, acting as a force field against the anxiety that tries to invade. I am challenging you today to dream bigger than you have ever dreamed before, to stretch your faith beyond the limits of what is realistic. The power I have placed inside you is not limited by human logic or natural laws. It is the power that parted the Red Sea and fed the 5,000. When you partner with me, impossible becomes just a word, not a barrier. I want to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think, according to the power that works in you. Notice that the power is working in you. You are more resilient than you give yourself credit for. Think of all the times you thought you couldn't take another step, yet here you are, still standing. That resilience is the Holy Spirit sustaining you, holding you together when you felt like falling apart. Give yourself grace and recognize that you are a miracle in motion, a testimony of my keeping power. The strength you need for the next chapter is already being downloaded into your spirit as you rest in my presence and trust in my love. I love you with an everlasting love, a love that is not based on your performance but on your position as my child. This love is the ultimate source of your power, for perfect love casts out fear and empowers you to live boldly. When you are secure in my love, you do not need the applause of the crowd or the validation of the world. The power of being unconditionally loved is the solid rock upon which you can build a life that cannot be shaken by any storm. So rise up, my warrior, my beloved, and shake off the dust of discouragement that has settled on your shoulders. You are not a grasshopper in a land of giants. You are a giant slayer anointed by the King of Kings. The stone needed to bring down your enemy is already in your sling, and the faith to throw it is already in your heart. Step forward with confidence, knowing that I go before you to make the crooked places straight and the rough places smooth. I promise you that if you keep walking, keep trusting, and keep drawing from the well within, you will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Your eyes will see the victory that your heart has longed for, and your mouth will be filled with laughter and singing. The season of mourning is passing, and the season of dancing is approaching. The power to rejoice is already inside you. Stir it up today by praising me in advance for what I am about to do. Remember, you are never alone, for I am with you always, even to the end of the age. My Spirit is your constant companion, your advocate, and your strengthener. Lean into that presence every hour of every day, and you will find that the power you need is indeed already inside you. You are stronger than you know, more valuable than you can imagine, and more loved than you can comprehend. Walk in this truth and watch how the world changes around you. If this message has touched your heart and reminded you of the strength that lies within, I invite you to join our community of believers by subscribing to this channel. By doing so, you open your life to receive daily encouragement and reminders of my promises, ensuring that your well of faith never runs dry. Share this message with someone who needs to be reminded of their inner power, and together, let us spread the light of hope to a world in need. I love you, my child. Now go and walk in your power.